Dozercism. What we need is a priest. Fortunately, I have a small budget set aside for the blessing of machinery. Take this flare gun and head over to Margine. My poor, sweet, busted bulldozer. Fire off the signal, and one of our finest airborne priests should airdrop in to get a handle on the situation. Come back when my bulldozer is taken care of.
Go get him, champ.
How's Margine doing? Running like her sweet self again? What? What? Margine? My sweet Margine? Need more science. Klubnik wipes away a tear, then juts his chin out with determination. Never again! No bulldozer deserves the fate of my Margine. We're going to need industrial ghost-proofing. This is the job for our top scientist, and I know just the woman for the job. Look for Assistant Greeley at the Southern Rockaway Terminus. She's the administrator for Azshara's world-famous secret lab, and she owes me a favor.
Don't be a stranger.
What is Klubnik talking about? Haunted construction equipment? Does it look like I have time for ghost stories? I've got a laboratory in the middle of a meltdown. Fires burning, animals mutated, and worst of all, projects are falling behind schedule. Help! When science attacks. Did you see the explosions on the way in? The secret lab is engulfed in flames. Again! If we don't stamp out those flames, we're going to hit critical temperature and resonate into a meltdown cascade. Here, I'm entrusting you with a canister of experimental hypercooled pressurized liquid gel, the most volatile fire retardant known to science. Keep that canister away from open flame. Put out the flames and hose down my interns. Then contact me via the squawk box in central control.
Go get him, champ.
Mortar the Point. The Naga started making a move on the peninsula here after we finished building this Rockaway terminal. But there's no problem in this world that can't be solved with gratuitous firepower. That's what my daddy used to say before the accident. My gosh, that's terrible. I'm running short on supplies though. Do me a favor and collect the mortar shells I left stockpiled in the secret lab just west of here. Keep me supplied and I'll let you call in the artillery strikes.
If you can make it here.
Greeley's squeaky voice peals through a set of speakers. Rocket way to secret lab. Rocket way to secret lab. Come in, secret lab. Nice work. Now we need to decouple the reaction core matrix from the fuel sumps, or that whole place is gonna blow itself to outland. Segmentation fault. Core dumped. Once we flush the central reactor, I need you to return the core to me. It's 100% refined Azsharite crystal, which is both powerful and dangerous, and lovely. Oh, precious Azsharite, the shaper of worlds to come. The giant lever to your left will dump the core and send it to me via the rail system. The core will be superheated, so you'll need to periodically dose it with the fire eliminator on the way here. Don't let it reach critical temperature. Don't worry about the residual effects of those burning chemicals in the lab. Hair grows back. Phew! The sample is secure, and it's still steaming. Thank you. Azsharite is a complex mystery wrapped in a velvety enigma of danger. Grapplehammer insists that we learn more about this strange substance. Grapplehammer relies on me to get things done. A mind like his needs to be free of distractions. Mysterious Azsharite. Azsharite. This mysterious crystalline substance has been used to forge weapons of fell power, but in our hands, we've discovered that it's capable of focusing enormous amounts of energy. It may be the biggest goblin discovery since Kajamite. But what is it? Where does it come from? Why is it located only here? Science demands an answer. I need more samples to study. Search out Azsharite deposits all along the nearby cliffs. A gigantic snack. While you're here running around the cliffs, perhaps you can help me with another line of investigation. The giants who walk these cliffs have been here since these mountains formed. Maybe they know where the Azsharite comes from. It's in our best interest to befriend these giants and find out. Gather up a gigantic meal for me as a peace offering. Kill the Mistwing cliff dwellers that have been such a nuisance to our studies and collect their carcasses for me.
Glad I could help.
I hope you have more ammo for me. I've got nothing to shoot off but my
Can I
mouth.
help you with something?
Sweet, beautiful, brilliant. Who loves you? With my mortars resupplied, I can help you as you assault the Naga east of here. Use these markers to call in an artillery strike anywhere on the cliffs, and I'll splatter the whole area with fiery hurt. Oh, delicious, merciless, random destruction. I hope you're well armored.
Stay strong.
When I trained as a guard in Orgrimmar, Thrall urged us to be patient and cautious when dealing with enemies. But the Naga threatened to overrun this peninsula, and Thrall is no longer war chief. The time has come to shed some blood, mage. To gut a fish. It tries my patience, defending against creatures who can disappear into the sea at will and emerge where they please. But I will not back down until their like has been wiped from Azshara. Spite-Lash Naga have slithered up the cliff walls and are besieging this post from the east. Destroy them. Gut them head to tail, so that they know the full fury of the Horde. Investigating the Sea Shrine. The Naga invaders have set up a series of shrines along the cliffs. I don't know their purpose, but I believe they're strengthening our foes. I need someone to get in there and root out this threat. One nearby shrine is lightly defended. Cross the first bridge east of here and then head north towards the bay. You'll find it on a small outcropping. Investigate that shrine and come back with some info I can use.
Go forth to victory.
Torg scans the horizon. And they still come. They are like the plague. But with strength like yours, we will crush them someday.
For the hope.
Hey, how you doing?
Have you gotten more samples? Careless adventurers have been looting this stuff for years. They don't know how precious it is. Ah, excellent. Some of these samples look fresh. I'm gonna be up to my neck in this stuff trying to solve this mystery. I probably should have warned you that Mistwing chimeras can shoot lightning. Phew, the stench! Well, hopefully that massive heap of carcasses smells more appetizing to the giant. Befriending the Giants. A cursory study of the Azsharite you brought me reveals that it's not biological in nature, nor is it naturally formed. There's another creature in Azshara with similar properties, the cliff giants that lumber around these cliffs. One of the giants seems willing to help our research along. Take the meat you collected to Gormungan, the giant standing just west of here. Befriend him, then grill him. Find out if he knows the secret of Azsharite.
Be careful out there.
Gormungan's voice booms deep from within, hurting your ears and reverberating in the very ground beneath your feet. Hello, softling. Your kind dashes about, always running, never stopping. Rest with me a while. I brought you something to eat. Ha! Haram! Food? We don't eat squishlings, friend. Not unless they aggravate us. We eat rocks and stones and earth. Though I sometimes find the crunch of bones makes a delightful seasoning. Gormungan lifts a boulder and with one enormous hand smashes the corpses you've given him onto the boulder as one would put icing on a cupcake. He crunches his treat, rumbling happily. Do you know anything about Azsharite? Azsharite? You soft ones come up with new names for everything. What is this Azsharite? Those piles of bluish crystals we find on the ground. Gormungan's laugh, deep and long, rumbles the ground and causes distant rock slides. Oh, ha, haro, ha, Little friend, I am sorry. I suppose my kind does not pick up after ourselves like you do. So the giants have been dropping the Azsharite? But where does it come from? It comes from, what is your word for it? Let's say that my kind does not have bathrooms. Do you understand? It's your droppings? And the goblins have been running around scooping it up? It would seem so. You and your friends are welcome to as much as you can find. I suppose it's very potent. We don't need to go very often. How often do you, go? We don't live our lives as quickly as you do, my mushy friend. A healthy giant eats 3 square meals a decade, and although I am known to indulge in a snack every couple years, we'll go to the bathroom every 15 to 25 years, bearing any tummy trouble. 15 to 25 years? Assistant Greeley isn't going to want to hear that. Gormongon emits a good-natured snort. I've never had my personal habits scrutinized so. Your kind never ceases to surprise me. Farewell, friend, and good luck with whatever it is you are on about.
What's the word
Speak
on this?
slower. What are you saying? Am I hearing you right? Those formations of Azsharite are actually where giants have... Oh my. Grody. Let's not tell Dr. Grapplehammer. He's made this stuff his life work. At least now we know where Azsharite comes from and why it's so rare. We've got to figure out a way to speed up, production. Azsharite experiment number 1. Well, I can think of one surefire way to send a giant running to the bathroom, but you're not gonna like it. What we need is a massive laxative. Oh hey, would you believe the gnomes actually have something of the sort? That can't be a coincidence. I wonder what they're trying to push through over there. Wow. Our intelligence reports that the laxative was delivered to Gadget Springs Tower, down on the shoreline south of the secret lab. Retrieve the laxative and feed it to Gormongon.
Glad I could help.
The terrible tinkers of the ruined reaches. Scoundrels! Infidels! Ever since I started my operation here in Azshara, the Gadget Spring family has hampered my studies and sabotaged my research. And now a mob of middling second-rate tinkers have rallied to their aid. I have a pressing business to attend to. See to it that those gnomes are finished for good. Head to the ruined reaches on the coast, south of my secret lab, and start rolling some of their disproportionately enormous heads for me.
On your...
Hello again, soft little friend. What's that you have there? Here, eat this. It's a special chocolate rock. Gormongon eyes the laxative with suspicion, then sniffs it. With visible irritation, he begins smoothing and molding the laxative into the shape of a goblin. I suspect your little green friends are putting you up to no good. Please explain to them that we giants are not to be toyed with. To demonstrate his point, Gormongon twists the head off his chocolate goblin statue before handing it back to you.
Don't waste
Oh,
my time.
marvelous. Tell me more. And that precocious young Gadget Spring, dead as well? Ah, wonderful. My work here is important, but at times I do miss the carnage of demolishing my enemies on a more personal level. Here, perhaps you can make use of some of my discarded equipment.
Careful out there.
Once you have the laxative, try to feed it to Gormongon, and maybe give him a magazine or something. Do it for science. So it was a no-go, literally. Well, Grapplehammer won't take no for an answer. We'll have to try something else. Maybe I'll have my intern smuggle this laxative into the Night Elf encampment. That'll be good for a laugh at least. Azshara experiment number 2. Okay, new plan. We'll scare it out of them. In my experience, most large creatures are terrified of tiny ones, like rats. This place is crawling with rats. How do we coax them over to the giant? Hey, you don't mind having your cellular matrix broken down and reassembled, do you? It's only painful while it's happening. I can shrink you down to rat size and you can ride one of these brutes over there like a horse. It's so crazy, it's got to work. Speak with me when you're ready for shrinkage.
Keep your ears
Are you
the
ready to be
ground.
shrinkified? This may sting a little, and burn. The agony and the convulsions will pass quickly, however.
See you around, friend.
What? Squawk.
Yo.
So scaring him didn't work either? Double nerds! I'll have to break the news to Grapplehammer. Azsharite's going to remain the rarest substance on the planet. We'll have to use it sparingly.
Go get him, champ.
The rarest substance on Azeroth.